Hi, thank you for tuning in to the Artist Abstract. Today we'll be talking about planning your perfect trip, whether it be abroad or wherever you want to go. Google Maps and My Google Maps is the go-to platform and tool that everybody needs, whether it be on your phone idealistically, because then it gives you literally a walk step by step, train, bus, step by step walking, and you're to where you are. If you remember the old days of like, where is it? Oh, yes, the maps. This map happens to be one of Kyoto, and as you can see, that it becomes incredibly complicated very quickly in trying to navigate it by block. To be able to put the detail and the finite nuances into it becomes absolutely absurd and abstract. So I'm going to show you how to use the platforms, how to book your trip, and then the trip that I have started to book myself based on the different places I want to go and different areas we want to explore. One of the cool things about this My Google Maps is that in a lot of cases, you can't put 200 pins within 2 blocks because that's just like all of a sudden, just way too busy in one area and in one moment. So what you can do is you can grid off certain areas and highlight them, and I like to call those exploratory areas. So I'll show you that, and I'll show you some other cool things, and I thank you for tuning in to the map segment. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Today we're going to be talking about how to plan the perfect trip to Japan, or really anywhere you would like to go. So right now I have open Google Maps, and if you download the app Google, or if you have Google on your phone, or when you log into your email account, whether it be on your phone, your laptop, or your home computer, if people still have home computers instead of just having a laptop, then you can do this. You can go into your Google Maps and you can start adding pins of different varieties. That being said, let's get a zoom out. A lot of these pins are from my trips previously in Tokyo and Kyoto and down in Hiroshima. And in fact, I think if we go across the pond and across the pond, yes, I've even got some in Istanbul when I visited there, of all of the different things that you can do and see there. So we'll just keep going this way. So I want to say that Google Maps and Google My Maps are phenomenal tools to book and plan for the perfect trip. Without them, you would be reduced to using paper maps. And don't get me wrong, paper maps are great and they have their purpose. But I remember the days of being in the back seat watching mom and dad or grandmother and grandfather trying to navigate us through downtown LA or New York, Chicago. And if you just didn't have a good navigator, your whole trip suffered. Well, if you didn't have a good driver, too. So, that being said, I have a lot of different places added to the places that I've already been to show the team, the adventure team, some really cool places I am going to be taking them. I call them the adventure team because they're in life, they're my team, they're my people that believe in me and support my dreams, so much so that they're finally coming along with me on my trip, which is super exciting, and I want to give them the best trip possible. So, what I've been doing is I've been booking too, different hotels and events. So, what we're going to do is I'm into Google My Maps. So, we go over to Japan, zoom in on it. So, this is Tokyo. I like to think of this, well, actually, this is the greater Tokyo area. But in all honesty, I like to think of this as the greater Tokyo area. And this area right in here is, in fact, the heart of Tokyo. So, that being said, we're going to start off in Narita Airport. This is where we will land. And as you can see, we're going to actually add this. We're going to Come over here and we're going to add a layer. We're going to rename it Areas of Exploration and More. So first of all, we are going to add this to our map. We are going to change the color of it. We'll make this somewhat of a dark brown. And we will add enter, arrival, and depart. Alrighty, we're going to go in here again and we're going to change the icon to just plain. Yes, there it is. Okay. So now I know from experience that we are going to go to Station. And there is that. We'll add this to the map. Okay. And we'll pick, well, since Station is really always kind of green to me, we'll just make it green. So now in the maps, we can look at it like this. So there's the airport. This is our first stop, and I know that our second stop on our first day arriving will be in Shibuya. We'll go to Shibuya Station. All right, and we'll add that to our map. We'll change the color to more, we'll say yellow. All righty. So, and now I'm going to show you, we're going to jump back into Google Maps, and we're going to say, Station. This is a really cool thing about this feature in Google, is that when you have it on your phone, you can type in exactly what you're doing, what I'm doing here now, and we can go with directions from Narita. And it will plot us a perfect path from the airport to our first station. It tells us what time the train leaves, how far we have to walk approximately, when the train departs, and when we arrive at station, and then how far it is to walk and to get to that location. Same way, now we'll do this, switch these around, and then we'll say that our destination is now Shibuya Station. And I know that we're going to pick the Ginza line because it is the fastest. And if you can, and you see that right here. Oop. That being said, you could also take the Yamato line. Well, actually, you could do one of two things. You could take the Yamato line up and around, or you could take the Yamato line down and around, since the Yamato line runs all the way around pretty much the heart of Tokyo. Let's see if I can bring up the Yamato line map. Yes. So, with all these little red stations, you can see pretty much the outline of the train. Okay, so let's jump back into Googlemymaps now. So our first place is, so we're going to have 3 days and a half of exploration of Tokyo. We're going to do Shibuya area. And it's going to be way too impossible to add all of the pins that I would like to add. So we're going to go up here to this really cool feature and coordinate some area off of Shibuya. And we'll change that. We'll change the color, and we'll make it a little bit darker, add a band around it, and bingo, bango, bongo. And there it is. So within there, we could look at Shibuya Crossing. and we want to add a pin there. And we're going to create a new layer. Rename it Areas We Must See. And then I will take this pin and drag it down. Hopefully, nope, there it is. Actually, we still got to add it. There it is. We're going to add it. Okay, change its color to red. And we will change its icon to, actually we'll do a black camera so it sticks out. Okay. And then we'll go over here and areas we must see. We're going to delete this one because that was a mistake. And there we have our first one. Then we're going to go to the Shibuya Sky. And we're going to add it. That's a great area. It's actually an observation deck. That's where we're going to be going first to see it. I guess you could see to kick off our trip. So we'll add it. And we will change it to the camera and color and enter. And there we have it. So now we're going to do this for all of the areas that we're visiting. And I'll show you what I mean by doing this for every area. So since we're in Google Maps, or My Google Maps, you can go over here and open a new map. And you can create as many maps as you want to. Like this, we just accidentally created a new map. And that's okay. But I'm going to actually open it up a map that I've been working on and has a little bit more detail to show you what I've been talking about. So this is a really busy looking map. Let's take a look at what we can do to simplify that for explanation. So here it is, Tokyo City. Each one of these is a different explorational area that we're going to visit. Here we have Uno Station area. This is going to be Akihabara. This is going to be the Walk to Tokyo area. And this is going to be Ginza. This is going to be Roppongi, Shibuya. This is going to be Yogi Park. And then we're going to go to Shinjuku, the National Gardens. This over here will be the Starbucks Reserve. This will be the Metropolitan Government Building. This over here will be the Tokyo Sky Tree. And this one will be one of the largest temples. So as you can see, that this is going to be a day, this area is going to be a day, and then we're going to do a third day where we do kind of a roundabout. There's a few more plotted around here that don't quite follow the Yamato line. So that being said, I'm going to jump into and show you more of an in-depth map, an area of places I must go. Here's a few of them that we talked about. This one is a mosque cafe that they make the sand traditionally like they do in Turkey in the sand. Here's that Starbucks Reserve, and here's a Starbucks in Uno Station area. Show you now the map that I have been working on in Googlemymaps. So here we are at that base level. Now I want to show you the efficiency of the train system that we'll be using and how amazing that plotting out the train and some of the other trains is. This is all of the stops along the Yamato line. So as you can see that in the idea or the grand schemes, let's bring up a more detailed map. Actually, we'll use this one. That, as you can see, it's kind of a circular pattern, and I like to consider this whole area the greater Tokyo area. But this is truly the heart of Tokyo, in my opinion. So you can see that, like when I told you that we're going to go from Narita to Uno Station, and then we're going to go down to Shibuya. through the Ginza line, you can see that we could just as easily have gone around or down and around. So we're going to go back to a base layer map, and I'm going to take away the metro line, and I'm going to add in like the malls that we're going to go to. Actually, let's change this map to a better basic one, and then we will start adding in stuff. So when you start considering in the malls, the anime shopping, the hotels, on my shopping list, the coffee and food, must-sees, observation decks, museums, and lastly, but least, I will show you like I was planning it out. So here's all of the pins and things that we're going to be doing and seeing. And then these are the areas and districts in which I was trying to show you how to map out. And we'll go back in to look at them. We'll leave up the coffee shops and the places I'm going to eat at. And we will close out these. Alrighty. So here they are. So again, this is Shibuya area. We'll find Shibuya Skytree. Or Shibuya Sky, sorry. And we will add it. Let's go to must-sees. Here we go. Adding to the map. Changing it to the camera of must-sees. And there we have it. As you can see, that this is the Hachi Dog Museum, or not museum, but like the Hachi Memorial Statue. So, and if you wanted to see what that is, there it is. So then we could take this little person and drop him hopefully right to where we want to see. Yes. And Hachi, as you can see, there's a lot of people right now in this area. But yes, this is the general area where Hachi is. Still not finding him. Oh, I think, oh, he's right here. There he is. Hachi. So yeah, you can also use it, plan it, and then kind of drop in and out of different areas. I know a really cool place is Hell's Gates in Tokyo. Not the Gate Inn. In fact, let's see, Rodin sculpture. Yes, here it is, the Rodin sculpture. So here again, we could drop in and hopefully see that statue. If not, you know, it's a little bit of trial and error for sure. But it is a really cool aspect to jump in and out. And then once you're here, you know, you can zoom around. And let's try a few more clicks. But you get the general idea of being able to literally walk Tokyo in almost real time and see it. So, but yes, this area has some really great art and stuff, and again, that's in the Uno area. And as you can see on our map, we have it right up in here. So, in other words, we'll be in this area, and then we'll take the train. Let's put the trains back on. Yeah, so we'll take the train down to Akihabara and walk all the way around and see all the really cool sights. And the reason why we're going to walk down this way is because there are some really cool avenues. One part of town is nothing but instruments. In fact, I played a game of could I find all of the guitars that the Beatles ever played, and the answer is yes. Yes, I did. Then we'll explore the Tokyo area, where one of the highlights is Tokyo Station. We're going to hope to go over here to Godiva City and see the 1-1 Gundam and Rainbow Bridge and the Statue of Liberty. It's really cool because at night it actually looks like you're in New York City. Over here we're going to see the Tokyo Tower, a must. And you know, over here, like I said, we're going to go to the Moss Cafe, and this is the Shrine Temple. Up here we're going to go through Yogi Park. This is the National Garden, and this is Shinjuku with some amazing places. Over here is Namako Broadway. And other things worth pointing out, we'll zoom in, are these two places where there are bridges that date back to the Edo period. This is a Pokemon Cafe, and this is a amazing Tokyo Shrine. This is Tokyo Skytree. And so yeah, so what you want to do is you want to build layers by adding them. And then you want to go in and say, okay, let's see here. Well, I know that the Tokyo Tower is going to be here. And we're going to add it. And we're going to go must-sees. Add it. And you can see how it highlighted over here, so it's in the right list. We're going to add the camera icon and hit enter and save. Now the reason why we have such a large area coordinated off is because it's a really awesome area to explore, and not just that. Same way with like Roppongi, they got a lot of really cool outdoor malls, and some malls that they just created with tariffed aspects to them, which is really neat and really nice, especially when the weather is outside nice, and you can enjoy that. So this is the trip. Another cool thing I'm going to show you, and why my Google Maps or Google My Maps is so important, because in Tokyo with over-tourism, they've had a problem with over-tourism and, you know, some tourists not behaving themselves. And so in certain parts of Kyoto, they've actually banned tourists from visiting. So this is our Kyoto map, and as you can see, this area right here in red is actually all off limits to the public. So not a huge part, but still a part. One thing I think is interesting about this map is that, like, we've got some really cool things we're going to see, like the bamboo forest, the gold temple. We're going to go down and see the Kyoto Tower, and we're going to go see the Edo area. And then this area right here is nothing but mega shopping. I mean, I love shopping, and this totally takes and multiplies it by like 20. I mean, this whole street is nothing but restaurants and the little food kiosks, and this is nothing but shopping and food kiosks. But this is mostly food. And I've had some amazing dinners here, and I highly recommend it. So that is pretty much how you use Google Maps and Google My Maps. So the other thing I want to show you too, we're going to load back the Tokyo map and look at it again. Insert that. So I'm going to again remove the motto line and the coffee and the must-sees, the shopping, and just leave that, leave the shopping. So when you look at Tokyo in general, even if we do add in the Godiva City for an event, with this being the greater Tokyo area, how little we see of Japan, and yet how much we see of Japan. So for an example, another cool feature in this is that you can take this little gadget and measure, and we're just going to do kind of a zigzag thing. And we're going to keep going down, and Akihabara, go down. This is really simplified. And we'll actually just double it and call it 615, and so we'll call it 1230. 12 miles and 12 miles and 0.3, 12.3 miles. Just walking, and that doesn't even account for going into a shop and diddly daddling around, or in a mall and seeing all of the floors. So it really helps you plan for a day. So you can just get rid of that. Oop, cancel that. But anyway, the idea of it is that, like, we want to plan efficiently. So this will be a day, this will be a day, and then we'll do a third day randomly. Get this one, this one, and this one, this one, and this. That way it's kind of a bigger circle. We're not as pressed. And as for my last day, or our last day, me and the adventure team, we are going to be staying in Akihabara because I do most of my shopping in here and here. So that being said, thank you for tuning in to the Artist Abstract, and by all means, go play with the maps and plot your and plan your best trip ever. I hope this helps. If you have any questions on how to maybe maximize some of the aspects, please leave a comment down below, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. So again, Google Maps and Googlemymaps are phenomenal tools in planning and plotting the best trip possible. In the past, I used to just, go there and figure it out as I went. But this time, I've actually put a lot of thought into the places we're going to go and see and the things that we're going to do. So there you have it. And tune in next time as we start doing the packing segment on things to take to Japan. Also, look forward to, at the end of this episode, some top tips on traveling. So thank you again for joining us. I'll see you next time. So there you have it. How to book your perfect trip, and some of the nuances and ideas that I hope will help you build for your trip. So at the end of this, I will give you 10 key points to show you how to book, or what you should think about when you're planning your trip. Whether it be like time frame, travel wise, distance, and all that good stuff. I will end this, or I'll at least show you the 10 points throughout. So thank you for tuning in once again. I appreciate you all being here, and here are those 10 points that I promised to share you with. So take those. If you have any comments, thoughts, or different ideas, please leave a comment in the description below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great day. This is the Artist Abstract, out.